Hello, Gemini. Thank you for hosting the full moon the other night. I'm sure it had most of us vibrating. You guys were probably super in your zone. So let's go ahead and begin. Okay, we get the first card, the Hermit. Interesting, actually, since you guys have been kind of highlighted. Hermit is a very quiet place. What have you been learning? What have you been learning about yourself? What have you been learning about life? What is it that has come together for you? In spite of your external circumstances, your inner circumstances are entirely within your control. And this is saying that there's something to learn. There's something to absorb. There's something to understand. And it's so much bigger than what's right in front of you. There's a need for peace, a need for balance or equilibrium within your heart. The Hermit is the wise man. He speaks only when needed, only when necessary, but he is speaking to you now. The wise man internally, right? The one that has all the information, your soul, is coming online now and speaking to you. Now, I know that the Hermit is, sometimes it can mean that we eject ourselves from the busy everyday lives. Some of you may be pulling in or retracting, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean that. You can still obviously be going about your day. We're coming into holidays, there's shopping, there's all this stuff going on. But this is a reminder to keep staying bright, to stay bright and to stay centered and unaffected and detached from outcomes. What else for Gemini? There's an element of humility there as well. The star, beautiful. So we're getting a card of Aquarius, a card of Virgo, and the Queen of Cups. Star, Queen of Cups looking at the star. Your place in the cosmos, interesting because he has the star and his lantern there as well, the 6-point star. The star tetrahedron, right? The sacred geometry there. And it is all about origin. I know this is all sounding kind of weird, but the more connected we can be with our origin, especially even here with the nodes coming into Cancer, Capricorn, North Node in Cancer. Here we have a card of Cancer. I always say, this is what I said in my weekly bump. It's like coming in contact with the womb of creation. Like, really, where did we come from? And your level of awareness becoming higher and higher and higher in spite of your external relationships. And regardless of what's going on outside, there is a whole mess of stuff going on inside. The star is about your hopes and your wishes. It's about healing. It's about connection. It's about understanding your part in the cosmos. Here we even have the Queen of Cups holding what I like to call the Holy Grail. She's holding the answer. She's holding the key. It is absolutely your job to be listening to your soul right now because you are being guided in directions that you can't even fathom at the moment. There's a famous quote, I think it's by John Green, I think is the name. My thoughts are but stars that I cannot fathom into constellations. And I see the star card and I'm like, maybe you're feeling a little bit like you can't see the big picture right now. Maybe struggling seeing how this is all coming together, but that's not your job. You don't need to see how this is all coming together. All these little pieces of the puzzle are relevant, they are important. All the lessons you have been learning are teaching you the appropriate things, and it's so critical that you allow the template of life to just unfold as it's needing to unfold. The Queen of Cups can be a little bit controlling sometimes, right? She can be very withdrawn, very contained. And I think that's okay because that's sort of coming online with the Hermit as well. Just so long as there's no suppression going on and you're not avoiding any kind of things that are coming up for healing, because that's what the star is for. If you're like feeling uncomfortable or feeling a level of disturbance in your heart chakra there, and you're pushing it down and ignoring it and not dealing with it, it's just going to get worse. The star comes up and says it's time for you to understand that stuff. It's time to understand your limits, your barriers, your boundaries, and it's time for you to break free from them, because what's on the other side of those boundaries and those limits is unlimited light. Right? The star is the sun. It is a sun. very far away sun, okay? Beautiful. Sitting there on top, Queen of Cups, really in control. Really in control, feeling very much serene in many ways. And like I said, if you're a Gemini who's maybe going crazy, or you have some crazy circumstance in your life, peace is very much possible for you right now. You just have to choose to find peace. You have to choose to do the searching. You have to dig deep. You have to understand where peace comes from. And you can find it easily. Easily find it. The moon, star and the moon. Whenever I see the sun, moon, or star, I always say that your guardian angels are sitting there full force. They are just perched, waiting, ready to guide you. Your angels are very much around you, okay? And I know you can't see the path very clearly right now, right? Things are weird. Like I said, you're waiting for the dots to kind of connect. You're waiting for all the pieces of the puzzle to come together. If you're feeling discombobulated, if you're feeling disoriented, it's okay. I think it's time for you to just keep doing what you're doing. You know, keep working hard, keep focusing on your goals, because even though you can't see the end game, that path is illuminated just enough so that you can put one foot in front of the other, and that's all you really need to know. Even the Hermit, you know, he has his head down, right? Only looking one step in front of him, because that's really all you can do anyway. You can look to the horizon and you can see the mountain top of that mountain way over there. But just because you can see it doesn't mean that that's how you're going to get there, right? You're not, you know, you can't go from point A to point Z all in one go. You have to go through the entire alphabet, okay? And that's what this is helping you do. And I think it's, in a weird way, if I can say this, it's kind of even purposely keeping things clouded. So if you're dealing with a relationship right now and things are weird, it's just purposely keeping things clouded, purposely keeping things in kind of a weird state. It is important that you maintain your humility, all right? Super, super important, because the minute that pride comes in and the minute that pride takes a lead is the minute that you're going to start getting a little overly I have to say it, delusional because of the moon, right? That's a word that we use often with the moon. And sometimes people that have strong moon energies, they can be all up in their whole fantasy and not like really realizing what's really going on. The fact of the matter is that you don't really know what's going on. Which is why humility is important, because whatever turning point is coming your way, you need to be prepared for absolutely anything. And the only way to be prepared is to be entirely open. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, this is a really strong reading. And Mars and Pisces can cause some issues. You know, it's not the best placement for Mars. The Hermit is looking at the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about family and love and connections, and again, establishing your roots, the number 4, and the Queen of Cups, right? The 4th house, rulership there with Cancer, connecting with where you came from. Where did you come from? And for many of you, you may be actually wanting to establish some kind of roots as well. In a more generic sense, even like maybe some of you are relocating or finding a new home. Maybe some of you are really asking yourself, well, how do I really want to end up? Where do I really want to be? And you're feeling that sense of wanting to come in. Four of Wands is great for this time of year. There is social activity. You are connecting with friends. You know, we have Jupiter in Sagittarius, so it's likely that many of us are going to be traveling. We've got New Year's, all the end of December holidays coming up. And, you know, there's new, like a new kind of clean slate coming online for a lot of us. And the family connection is going to be really great, going to be really important. Gives us bearings, you know, it gives us a sense of a trajectory. What else for Gemini? Let's see. Seven of Wands. What is it that you're fighting for right now? There are obstacles and the Emperor reversed. Okay, well, maybe that's really what you're fighting. Emperor reversed. Emperor is a card of Aries, can also lead to Scorpio as well. So just FYI, with the major arcana, we have Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, and Virgo being represented here, and with the court card, Cancer. All right, so the Emperor reversed, first of all, is not someone who is humble, right? So this could be someone that you're dealing with. And it could be you could be dealing with someone who is quite aggressive, and someone that you may feel like you need to either protect yourself against, or this could be an obstacle person, you know, someone who's kind of coming into your life and creating resistance and creating, you know, some frustrating circumstances. When you have all these beautiful cards laid out in front of you, there is a resistant force. Someone that is not really on your side. Opinionated, forceful, someone that is a little impulsive and quick to temper. And here you are trying to let your life unfold, and yet someone can't handle that. Someone can't handle your success. Someone can't handle you seeing your dreams being realized, because they themselves likely had dreams that were not realized. And when they see you, there is jealousy there. And they are projecting, because an Emperor reverse doesn't know what projecting is. An Emperor reverse doesn't know what it means to have preconditioning, right? Conditioning and pre-programmed responses. You know, this is someone who's just on a moment-to-moment basis, and when something makes him feel frustrated, it's taken out on other people, and I see you defending yourself from that. And it's important for you as well because of the presence of the moon, because the moon makes things weird. I mean, the moon is all operating on the subconscious and energetic level. This is not in physical form. This is not of the world. This is of the ether. And so when there's things going on in the ethereal realm, within the ethereal substance, it can be difficult to really guard against. So you're going to need to be very vigilant in ensuring that you're staying as protective as possible. And I do think that there's a need for protection here. I do. I think there's a need for you to have your guard up. Maybe there's even been some kind of, he fooled you, right? This person fooled you, or they made you think one thing and then now they're kind of showing their true colors. Mars in Pisces. It's weird. You know, it gets weird. What else? What else for Gemini? We'll clarify him in the comprehensive for sure. We'll clarify the Seven of Wands. We'll clarify the star and the moon. There's a lot to talk about for sure. Oh, okay. And 10 of Coins. A lot of family stuff, all right? Ace of Coins, 10 of Wands. I'll pull out two more. We'll go ahead and finish the grouping, and then we'll talk about each card individually. Got three more. The Lovers, your card, 10 of Swords reversed, and 3 of Cups. All right, well, let's go through these each one. Each one. My nose is itching. 10 of Coins. 10 of Wands. What is the connection between the Emperor and the 10 of Coins? Whenever they come out together, I always equate this old man to the old man in the card. Is this your father, maybe? Father figure? Is this a patriarchal figure in your life? You know, someone that you respect or had respected maybe up to this point? They're there, but they're not there. This person causes stress in your life, 10 of Wands. This person, even maybe you feel quite obligated to as well. You feel obligated to be present in their life. You feel obligated to give, to serve. You feel obligated, but yet at the same time, this is also the same person that I think has a lot to do with what's being discovered in you right now. What is being discovered? What is surfacing? What disturbances are there? You know, and the 10 of Wands, You're going to have to really do the work. And sometimes the hardest part of the work is admitting what's wrong. Sometimes the hardest part of the work is doing the things that you kind of know you don't want to do, but then also doing them anyway, and having that sort of disruption in your heart and your mind where one goes one way and the other goes the other way. The good news is that with the Lovers card coming out, which I'll show you in just a minute, I do feel like you guys find some level of peace. I do feel like you find some balance there, because at this moment in time, you have made a very important decision. And that important decision is that this stuff is no longer going to bog you down. I think you are choosing to lighten your load, to lighten the 10 of Wands, to put those wands down. I think that many of you are choosing not to fight. A Queen of Cups I often see as a very peaceful person in general, okay? I see the Queen of Cups as being a peacemaker of the zodiac. They don't like confrontation. They don't like turmoil. They don't like, any kind of tension at all. They like things to be peaceful. And I think that's an energy that you're really tapping into. And because you're tapping into that, you're creating absolutely beautiful opportunities for yourself. You're getting yourself from a 10 to an 11, which is great. This is a product of your heart space. It's a product of your mind. It's a product of what you have going on internally. For the longest time, I always said, well, this is like a gift from the universe. This is something that comes kind of out of the blue or unexpected or whatever. But now I'm realizing that the aces are our own creations. They are our own manifestations. They are the things that appear in our life because of the energy that we are putting out there. And it's important to remember that, because your peace of mind and your peaceful heart are creating whatever kind of opportunities you're looking for. And I don't care. This can be financial. It can be material. There's nothing wrong with that. I do feel like maybe you are seeking something new. Maybe you are attached to family in some way. You're attached to this emperor. Maybe it's a husband. Maybe there's an alimony payment or something, right? Maybe there's some kind of financial dependency with the 10 of Wands there, but you are like, you know what? I need to get out of this situation, and I am really seeking a new path, and boom, here it is. Interesting, we're getting the 3 10s, right? 10 of Swords, which will clarify 10 of Swords for sure. At least it is in the reversal position, because you are no longer going to be held victim. You're no longer giving this person the power. See, I think that this person feels like their power is slipping away and they're not handling it very well, which is why they are giving you trouble, which is why they're causing havoc and chaos in your life. But you, again, and I've said this with a couple other signs so far this month, is you're becoming untouchable, because the more and more you raise your vibration, higher and higher it goes. And the more settled and secure you are in your own self and in your own heart, if I can speak, Chiron and Gemini, the more and more you have that stuff, the less and less whatever antics, and that's exactly what it is, antics, it's games, it's nonsense, the less and less power those antics have over you. And I think you're finding and realizing how to truly release yourself from that kind of stuff. Final 2 cards, which we get. Your card, Gemini, and the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands. These cards often come out together, especially when we're heading into a social season. When we have friends coming over and family and cousins and siblings and aunts and uncles and all that kind of stuff. It's all coming online for us. And 3 of Cups suggests a good time, like just having a good time. And I feel like you're really not letting any of this Emperor stuff really bring you down. You have or are establishing peace. And I think the Hermit plays a big part in that. Interesting, we have the 2 Mercury ruled signs coming out, Gemini, Virgo, using that Mercury retrograde that we're in the midst of right now to your benefit. You know, Mercury retrograde really allows us to tap into that right brain. It allows us to think about things full circle, very creatively, using curvy and generative sort of lines of thinking rather than direct linear thinking. And when we allow that kind of right brain thinking to come online, and for those of you who have Mercury retrograde in your charts, you're kind of like that naturally. So you're really sort of kicking in into that sort of very native space. And you find very unique solutions to problems. And when you find unique solutions, you feel even more at peace. So it's this like really positive cyclical thing. Like, can we say, what's the word for a positive catch-22, right? You just like, it gets better and more solutions, and it gets creative, and then you become more and more untouchable, right? A positive catch-22. And yeah, I mean, when we get this, it signifies the internal balance, you know. There is an element of choice here. There's always an element of choice. Every single one of the tarot cards brings about some kind of choice. And I can't even, like, I could go through all 78 cards and be like, well, this is the choice with this one. This is the choice with this one, right? You can choose to sit and defend yourself, or you can choose to just let that person project, but you can energetically deflect, you know? And clearly that person wants to do that because they really don't know how to handle what it is that's going on inside. But you're just rising above. You're just like floating. And all that negative projection stuff is just kind of, you know, like you're up on the bridge and their stuff is the water underneath, and you're just watching that water kind of just go through. You can participate in this, but I don't think the Geminis on my channel watching my video, I don't think you're gonna allow that. You're just over it, you know? So here you are, beautifully, positively manifested in the purest and best Gemini form that could possibly be. So lean into it, allow it. A positively manifested Gemini is one of like the angels of the zodiac. So intelligent, so smart, so caring, so giving, and has the ability to just enlighten us, you know? And I think that's what you're doing here. You're enlightening yourself and thereby enlightening others around you. Okay? Stay bright, Gemini. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, I don't know why I'm even saying that. Hold on, what am I doing? I'm like, it's Gemini, Mercury retrograde. Let's put these down, yeah? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about these cards. I'll adjust the angle for the comprehensive, but let's pull some. I'm doing these for all the signs. Let's look at this Emperor here. Oh, okay. Well, we're getting the Eight of Swords coming out upright, so we'll take that. For the Emperor reverse, what else for the Emperor reverse? What else do we need to know here? Okay, that person's definitely got some problems. We'll talk about it. Ten of Wands. Two eights. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's look at the Ten of Swords, clarifying the Ten of Swords. Three of Coins, Five of Swords. Okay, so there's definitely some stuff going on there too. Let's look at the Moon. What do you need to know about this Moon energy? Yeah, humility factor coming out again. Do one more. Okay, interesting. That Moon's gonna kind of catch you, kind of hang you up a little bit. Let's look at the Seven of Wands. Okay. A lot of protective energy going on. Whoa. Okay. I was going to clarify the Ten of Coins, so we'll pull that one out because it came out upright. We'll do one more for the Ten of Coins. So we get the King of Cups clarifying the Ten of Coins. Fool reversed. Two of Cups, Six of Swords. Okay, so I know I always make a mess when I do these. I do. I always make a mess when I make these comprehensive videos, but it's fun. We enjoy it. I give so much more information to the story. Sometimes the story even changes. So if you want to catch us over there on my website, I'll put the link down below. Also, lots of links down below, little goodies, following me on Instagram, annual 2019 readings, a new channel that I started, which is really like a video diary of stuff that I'm really putting to good, like practicing what I preach here on my tarot channel, right? It's not just about me telling you what to do, or my intuition kind of kicking in. It's like, let's live life to the fullest kind of thing. And there's a whole bunch of really amazing videos coming online. For those of you who like books, we're going to do a book club, which is super excited because I kind of already started doing that on this channel with the Kabbalion, but I'm like, let's keep it on another channel. Keep this one tarot and astrology only. So I'd love to have you there. All right. Now I'm going to say goodbye. All right. Thanks guys so much. Take care.